everybody, my name is Melissa and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so excited to have you. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my absolute favorite romance tropes, and that's slow burn romance. Slow burn romance is one of my favorites, like I said, because I love the angst, I love the build up, and I love just seeing the character development from the beginning to the end. Most people think of slow burn romance and they think of an author such as like Mariana Zapata, which I have done another video recommendations. I will leave that link down below. These are going to be completely new books, and I think the last time I did this book rec video was like 2019. It was one of my very first videos, so just be aware of that. But yeah, I have a couple books to talk about, so let's go ahead and get started. The first book I'm going to talk about is actually a male-male romance. It deals with werewolves and amazingness and slow burn and character development, and seeing these characters from when they're young kids, teenagers, and growing up, and that's going to be Wolfsong by TJ Klune. I love these books. I've read the first two in the series. I actually have the other one right behind me, and I believe there is a total of 4. One of his other books is one of my favorite of all time ever, but this is such a great slow burn romance. If you are into like that build up, that kind of like, oh my gosh, I just have no words to explain this. Basically, werewolves, slow burn romance, male-male romance, all of that good stuff. This is that book. So our main character, Ox, is one that is just completely human. He doesn't really know about werewolves or anything like that, and he is a teenager. This young family moves in next door, and he kind of takes Joe, who is the youngest kid, kind of under his wing. And oh my gosh, I just love this book, and seeing just their development from being like this kind of like, you know, mentor type, beginning into something else, into seeing them as adults, and to seeing all of the drama and the craziness that this crew gets up to is just amazing. This book is definitely very hard hitting. I shed a lot of tears while reading this one as well. I just really felt for these characters because there was just such build up in character development, and not just the main characters but all of the side characters as well. Each of the books in this series is about a different couple, and they're all male, and I just, oh my gosh, I love this book. If you're interested in reading a good werewolf story, this is one. It's great for fall. I highly recommend. The next book I'm going to talk about is one that I associate with one of my very closest bookish friends in the book community, Avery from Avery Loves Books. I'm going to leave her channel linked down below so you can check her out. But I love this slow burn romance. It's definitely fantastical. You're dealing with a human girl, and he's not an alien, but he's definitely not human. And this is called Radiance by Grace Draven. I loved this. The banter, they hate to love, they grow to friendship because these two have to be in a forced marriage, and they kind of end up respecting each other by becoming friends first before any type of romantic relationship happens, because the characters are different races and different, you know, types of people, and they end up just forming this great bond of friendship first, and I just love that. And like I said, there's so much funny banter because each of these characters thinks that the other one is disgusting in how they look, and that is just, oh my gosh, it was so great. And I really loved this book so much, if you can't tell. This deals with politics, it deals with, you know, learning a new culture and being the only one of your kind, and just how isolating that can feel, and reaching out to someone that is closest to you and just kind of forming those bonds. I just loved that part of this. So if you're looking for a good like fantasy romance, this is one I highly recommend. The next book is one that I read, I think April of 2020. I was in lockdown. There was nothing going on except for me reading. I vlogged my whole month of reading. I will leave all of those vlogs down below if you're interested in checking them out. But this is Sarah J Maas's Crescent City, or House of Earth and Blood, which is the name of the book, which is really weird because I thought it was Crescent City. But anyways, this is a big book, and I flew through this. This is about a girl who lives in this city called Crescent City, and there's different divisions of the city. There's werewolves, there's vampires, there's all these other types of creatures, and there's angels, and it starts off with kind of like this mystery because her friend is murdered and she's trying to find who the murderer is, and she gets help from this angel. And this is a slow burn romance, like literally 500 pages into the book and you're finally getting like a kiss on the cheek or something ridiculous like that. But I loved it. I loved the world building that this had, the politics, everything was really, really good. This is Sarah J. Maas's adult fantasy book, and obviously, you know, some of her other books are more new adult. This one is definitely adult, definitely a super slow burn, one that I love. And I think the next book is finally coming out sometime next year, which I'm just like blown away. I'm having to wait 2 years. I don't remember everything that happened in this, but I definitely remember the ending. It was chock full of action and craziness and just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. The next book I'm going to talk about is Lilac by B.B. Reed. I talked about this one recently and I just want to keep talking about it because I want everyone to read it. This is a reverse harem, standalone, slow burn, rock star romance, and I loved it. I read it as an ARC and I thoroughly enjoyed this very first reverse harem by B.B. Reed. This is about a girl who ends up getting to join her most favorite band in the whole world. She absolutely adores them, but something happens in their band and they're not friends anymore. It kind of like their relationship over the years has kind of disintegrated and they're kind of more enemies. And she comes in and it's just really focusing on getting the album down, writing the music, getting to know each other. All of that is really a big part of the book. And I really liked that because it really kind of lent itself into making this whole situation of one girl, multiple guys more believable, because it really built up those relationships. And I think that's why I really loved it. I believe this one is on Kindle Unlimited, and again, just like I said, I read it as an ARC. I really want to get the physical copy to have it in my own collection. I loved this book and I will probably be recommending it many, many more times because I loved it so much. It wouldn't be a book recommendation if I didn't talk about one of my favorite authors, Penelope Douglas. Birthday Girl is an amazing standalone age gap romance, and I really liked this one for not just like the absolute taboo-ness, but the fact that this girl listens to all this like 80s music. She's so cool and just a really down-to-earth, amazing character that I really enjoyed reading about. The main character, she is dating this one guy and they're kind of just young, they don't have a lot of money. Her boyfriend at the time is just a POS and they end up having to move in with his father. Something happens, they break up, and she ends up getting together with his dad. So yeah, it's definitely taboo. You're dating your ex-boyfriend's father. I really just love the push and pull of this one, and it's just a really fun, great book to read, and it's on Kindle Unlimited if I'm not mistaken. Again, really big on BookTok. You probably already read it or have heard about it at least. It's just so, so good. I love her writing. I love her dark romances. She has her own little section on my bookshelves because I just love her books. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching my slow burn romance book recommendations. Again, like, this is one of my absolute favorite tropes, and if you have any slow burn romances that you would recommend me, I love a good Mariana Zapata book. I pretty much have read most of her backlist books, and I am always looking for new ones to read, new slow burn romances, new great build-up romances. So yeah, I would love to chat about it, talk about it in the comments down below, and I hope you have a great day and happy reading. Bye.